As more details emerged from that pivotal evening in Los Angeles, it became increasingly evident that Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly were not only stepping out as new parents, but as two individuals who had weathered a profound personal transformation. The gathering they attended, while low-key by Hollywood standards, served as a microcosm of their evolving dynamic. Friends who were present at the event noted that the couple arrived in a private vehicle, avoided unnecessary attention, and remained close throughout the evening, subtle actions that suggested a united front. Megan's body language spoke volumes. She moved with a serenity that contrasted with her often fiery and magnetic public persona, and those familiar with her journey remarked that motherhood had added a quiet strength to her already commanding presence. MGK, on the other hand, appeared more introspective than usual, exchanging long conversations with friends and family members and showing a level of composure that hinted at newfound emotional balance. The couple's choice to attend such an event, together so soon after welcoming a child, reflected not only their desire to return to a sense of normalcy, but also their deliberate effort to reconnect with their inner circle in a meaningful way. While they've never been ones to shy away from spectacle, this particular appearance was starkly different. There were no tabloid-style stunts, no over-the-top declarations of love. Instead, there was an authenticity that shone through, the kind that only comes from facing real-life challenges and emerging stronger on the other side. Those closest to the pair have confirmed that the process of preparing for their child's arrival required both of them to confront long-standing issues ranging from communication breakdowns to lingering emotional wounds, and to begin the slow, often painful work of rebuilding trust. Therapy reportedly played a critical role in this healing journey. Joint counseling sessions and individual therapy helped both Megan and MGK understand the patterns that had led to past conflicts and gave them the tools to better navigate future disagreements with compassion and clarity. Their path to parenthood wasn't a smooth one, and that in itself makes their outing all the more significant. Insiders say that during Megan's pregnancy, the couple consciously retreated from the public eye to focus on what truly mattered. They were rarely photographed, avoided red carpet events, and kept social media activity to a minimum. That period of intentional seclusion wasn't a sign of retreat, but rather an act of self-preservation. In the months leading up to the birth, Megan reportedly found solace in holistic wellness practices, working closely with doulas, energy healers, and mindfulness coaches to create a nurturing environment for her baby and herself. Meanwhile, MGK channeled his emotions into journaling, songwriting, and quiet reflection, far removed from the chaotic persona he once embraced on stage and in interviews. Friends say this period was transformative for him, helping him shed toxic behaviors and rediscover parts of himself that had been buried beneath fame and trauma. The baby's arrival was a moment of catharsis for both. Those present during the birth described it as an emotionally charged experience that brought tears, joy, and an overwhelming sense of purpose to the couple. It was in those first few sleepless nights, surrounded by diapers and lullabies, that Fox and MGK discovered a deeper layer of their bond, one defined not by public perception, but by the quiet, unglamorous rituals of parenthood. Feeding schedules, midnight rocking sessions, and shared moments of awe over their newborn helped reforge their connection. And so, their first step back into the spotlight, hand in hand, smiles exchanged, hearts steadied, was more than just a photo opportunity. It was a message. They had done the work, survived the storm, and now stood together not just as lovers or celebrities, but as a family. In conversations with those who know the couple well, a consistent theme has emerged: the arrival of their child marked a profound turning point, one that demanded genuine introspection and significant lifestyle changes. Machine Gun Kelly, whose past has been marked by a roller coaster of public controversies, mental health battles, and the chaos of fame, reportedly found in fatherhood a grounding force unlike anything before. Close friends have described him as more measured, more thoughtful, and significantly more present in the months leading up to the birth. He was said to have spent less time in the studio or on stage and more time at home, focused on creating a peaceful environment for Megan and the baby. His social circle noted a conscious withdrawal from nightlife and a newfound commitment to mental clarity, emphasizing wellness over wildness. It's a shift that doesn't erase his edgy, creative persona, but rather tempers it with a layer, Of emotional intelligence that hadn't been as visible in his public life before, Megan Fox, too, underwent a deeply personal transformation during this time. Her history of spiritual exploration, ranging from astrology to Eastern philosophies, reportedly deepened as she prepared for this new phase of life. Insiders say she embraced regular energy work, attended guided meditation retreats, and maintained a routine that centered on self-love, grounding, and protection. Not just for herself, but for the baby growing inside her. Those closest to her witnessed a softer, more serene version of the actress, someone who was fiercely protective of her energy and selective about the people and environments she engaged with. Her approach to motherhood this time around was said to be more holistic and intentional, influenced not only by experience but by a deeper understanding of her own emotional and psychological needs. This inner work, in turn, seemed to open the door for more honest, compassionate communication with MGK. Together, the couple reportedly found common ground in this shared desire for change. Instead of dramatizing their struggles or amplifying them through social media, they chose to withdraw and deal with their issues privately. Joint therapy sessions were described as breakthrough moments, allowing them to shed the performative aspects of their love story and reconnect on a more authentic level. They worked through lingering insecurities, confronted their patterns, and learned how to support one another, not just in passion, but in patience. By the time the baby arrived, their relationship had taken on a different tone, one characterized by mutual respect, daily collaboration, and a commitment to growth. Their appearance in Los Angeles, then, wasn't merely a return to the public eye, it was a quiet victory lap. Not in the flashy, self-congratulatory sense, but in the subtle confidence that comes from surviving something real together. Observers couldn't help but pick up on the shift. Megan and MGK walked into the venue not as the tabloid targets of yesteryear, but as two people who had clearly been through something transformative and come out the other side more rooted, more aware. Social media reactions were filled with admiration and curiosity, with fans noting the subdued affection between them, the calm in their expressions, and the deliberate pacing of their steps. It was as if they were inviting the world to see not just who they had become individually, but who they had become together. The media coverage, while intense as always, carried an undertone of respect that had previously been missing. Gone were the sensational headlines about their eccentricities and public spats. In their place were thoughtful pieces analyzing how the couple had evolved, reflecting on the very human story unfolding behind the scenes. Commentators recognized that their journey had involved real pain, reconciliation, and a redefinition of what it means to be in love in the spotlight. And in a celebrity culture that often thrives on scandal and collapse, Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly's quiet resilience stood out, perhaps even inspired. Their choice to withhold details about their baby from the public sphere has been met with a surprising amount of understanding, even admiration, especially in a culture obsessed with instant gratification and oversharing. The deliberate silence seems to signify a broader philosophical shift for Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, a conscious turning away from the spotlight in favor of something more sacred and personal. For a couple who once shared their most intimate rituals in the public domain, this newfound discretion feels significant. Those close to them say it's not about secrecy for the sake of mystique, but rather about preserving a sense of normalcy for their child. Parenthood, after all, has a way of recalibrating priorities, and for Megan and MGK, it appears to have ushered in a season of discernment. They're reportedly more selective about what they share, more attuned to what really matters, and more focused on the present than the performance of their image. The conversations surrounding this shift have also reignited deeper reflections about celebrity culture at large. For years, Megan Fox was a cautionary tale of how Hollywood chews up and spits out young women, particularly those who dare to be both beautiful and outspoken. Her return to the public eye, now accompanied by a partner who has also been through his own crucible of fame, feels less like a publicity stunt and more like a quiet triumph. The way they are choosing to shape their family narrative, intentionally, thoughtfully, and without spectacle, challenges the notion that celebrity life must be lived in constant exhibition. Their restraint, ironically, has created even more intrigue. Fans and media outlets speculate endlessly about their child, but the couple remains unwavering in their silence. suggesting a new kind of power, one that doesn't require constant validation. For MGK, the shift is equally profound. Known for his high-energy performances, explosive lyrics, and a persona built on rebellion, he now seems to be exploring what it means to be both an artist and a father. Friends say he still writes music, still experiments with his style, but his core motivations have changed. He's no longer fueled by chaos or conflict, but by a desire to build something lasting, for himself, for Megan, and most importantly, for their child. This doesn't mean he's abandoned the spirit that made him famous, but that he's finding a new balance between expression and responsibility. His recent interviews, though sparse, reflect this shift, offering glimpses of a man who's learning how to channel his intensity into something more constructive. The couple's journey, once punctuated by flamboyant displays and dramatic highs and lows, now appears to be entering a steadier, more intentional rhythm. The fact that their fans have embraced this change speaks volumes about the evolution of public perception. There's a growing recognition that growth, especially in the harsh glare of fame, takes courage. It requires self-awareness, humility, and an ability to pivot away from patterns that no longer serve. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly seem to be doing just that. And in doing so, they're not only redefining their own narrative, they're setting an example for how love, healing, and reinvention can coexist in even the most scrutinized relationships. As they step further into this new chapter, Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are embodying a quieter, more introspective form of celebrity, one that embraces transformation without abandoning identity. They haven't lost the magnetic energy that initially captivated the world, rather they've redirected it into something more sustainable. Their first public appearance after becoming parents wasn't just a moment of visibility, it was a powerful symbol of evolution, showcasing how fame doesn't have to freeze people in time. The couple, once dismissed as sensationalist and attention-seeking, are now seen through a more forgiving and nuanced lens. They've emerged from their past turbulence not broken, but tempered, and there's a quiet strength in that resilience. Friends close to the couple describe them as more in sync now than ever before, deeply aware of their impact on each other and on the new life they've created together. This phase of their journey is marked not by spectacle but by subtlety. Their body language, once exaggerated for cameras, has softened. Their interactions, once bold and unpredictable, now carry an undercurrent of quiet understanding. Parenthood has not erased the passion between them. It has merely reshaped it into a new kind of intimacy, one rooted in mutual responsibility and daily connection. In many ways, they are no longer performing for the world, but simply existing within it as more complete, more mindful versions of themselves. That authenticity is striking in an age where so much of celebrity life feels curated and transactional. They're not pushing a narrative or selling a brand at the moment. They're simply showing up together and allowing people to witness the growth organically. Fans are watching this evolution unfold with a mix of curiosity and admiration. There's something deeply relatable about seeing two people who once thrived on chaos and drama, now choosing calm and continuity for the sake of each other and their child. It's a reminder that love isn't static. It changes shape over time, adapting to the demands of life, the needs of a family, and the quiet realizations that come with age and experience. Megan and MGK, in embracing this change, are offering a powerful message not just to their fanbase, but to the broader cultural conversation about relationships, fame, and personal evolution. They are proof that reinvention is possible, that healing is a process, and that even the most unlikely love stories can find new meaning under the most unexpected circumstances.